Dang it. Didn't get paired up against Geomancer, and KevDog66 apparently has not shown up. There we go, KevDog66. Thank you for coming. Okay, so if you can decide whether or not to go first. Anytime now, KevDog. Yeah. I don't have terribly high hopes for this deck. I think anytime you play 3 colors, you're, flirting with disaster, but at the same time, I do have quite a bit of removal, and I have some power cards. The synergy between it all is still something I might question, but we'll see. Alright, I guess I'm going to pause it and see if this guy ever actually shows up. I'll be back if he's there. Wow. Just threatening to pause it was enough. This guy's... he's not playing games. Specifically not playing the game of Magic, which was the issue since I've been waiting so long. Okay, but 2 cards I can play out of my hand. And Typhoid Rats? Ooh, no, he's super turbo aggressive person. Good thing about the Priest here is it's going to draw fire, probably almost immediately, and then I maybe can follow with the Bats, which will also draw some immediate burn, and or maybe not immediate burn. I wouldn't say that people are gonna go crazy to kill it, but if the Priest draws out his burn and then the Patrician can survive to get in a couple hits, you can negate a bump in the night rather quickly. That being said, if he's not spending all of his mana to do it, I probably don't put out the Patrician because I don't want to open it up to a Geist Flame blowout. Here we have a mirror. He won't be able to transform this turn for sure. Put out the Patrician and see. He may fly over my head, but I'll probably Victim of Night him before he becomes a vampire. Not that I couldn't just tap him down with the Priest if he does. And maybe, getting him to spend the mana on that would be worth it. If I'm going to be able to tap him down anyway. And he must have something else. Or have an answer to the Patrician or something. Because he wouldn't be attacking otherwise. So up to 4. Okay, that makes sense. How and or why that would get through the way it did. We'll just tap that guy down. Get through for 3 and gain some life back, and start that race. Don't mind putting out the Voiceless Spirit here either. That should shut down his bat. If he gets another swamp, that bat becomes, potentially dangerous. Gets me closer to a point where I'd probably, or maybe not probably, but I'm considering victiming of knighting on him. Nice thing about having the spirit there is he can't really attack in. If he attacked with a ghoul, I might be willing to trade. So it's life equal to toughness. It's only one toughness. It's not bad. And that is something which my patrician would have trouble dealing with otherwise. And next up, something I'm not scared of at all. So here, I think I'll just kill the bat. He can't block. Now, Undying Evil would have been kind of cool there, but so I can get through for 4 and in the process gain 3 life. And he's welcome to swing in with his ghoul since he can't block, can't do really much of anything with it. And next turn, tragic slip. There we go. But it's removal, and it's removal that is now spent. He only has one guy in play. That guy can't block. Getting closer to a point where a patrol could really legitimately become a beater. You gotta attack with it. Does you no good if you don't. Another thing that can't block. Love to see that. And put out the patrol. And in this case, I think we just attack again. Still doesn't have anything that can block, and the priest could tap something down. Probably flip the bat next turn. Might as well, if he ends up spending some burn spell or killing him in some other way. Then at least it's out of his hand. Okay. I like that for sure. Since now he can't really be hiding anything. Since all cards are out of his hand. Here, if we take one of those guys down and swing with these two. Okay. So, next turn, if he draws a land, he can go to the Unhowled. He can deal 6. And could do that up to 9 with a bump. If not, we're talking about struggling to deal with that onslaught. Either one would kill. Doesn't have another creature. Okay, so Moan of the Unhowled is on its way. The question really becomes, what does he keep back and what does he send? Interesting. Keep all that back. I'm going to send with the intent to Unburial Rites. Okay. And you spread the love too. So from here, you can go back and well, that would start gaining life. This will give me a huge guy to knock people's heads with. Let's go all in with the Highborn Ghoul as well. See if he wants to send anyone on his team. Depending, he still has a bump in the night that he can play. He can bring back Gravecrawler, but what good does that do him because he can't block? What is his play? Oh, another one. Interesting. Okay, so I have a flashback on that. I can still do. Got all those guys swinging in. Undying Flying Menace. Not Dennis the Menace, but Vengeful Menace coming back. And really, he either could like double up to kill that. I'd get both of those through. I mean, or one of those through. You have him in a place where it's going to be hard for him to win. And again, we can flash this back and get another potential round of blockers. So he's taking the 4. Or doing something else. It's hard to say. Alright. I got a flyer. And he maybe, depending on what he drew, be really great if he laid down a land right now, actually, but bumping the knight, so he has me at 7 with that. I think I'm going to tap down the zombie, one of the only zombies that could block, or of the ones that are up right now at least. I don't see any reason to I don't see any reason to put the Vengeful Vampire in harm's way. If he spends all of his mana doing Moon of the Unhallowed, and then he won't be able to block the flyer. If he holds that back to burn something, then one of my other guys is bound to get through. At 6 with nothing dying, it's not like he can Brimstone Volley his way to victory. I guess Devil's Play would get him there if he had that, but I don't think he does. The read I'm getting is that the game's over and he's just not quite ready to accept it. In our event, oh good, we won that game. Let's go back to our event. How are people doing? More specifically, Geomancer and Neil before me are tied 0-0. Okay, I'll submit. Really hope that they end up winning, as playing in the finals would be the ideal situation, not one that we ever actually, had the joy of it, or the pleasure of enjoying, but it's still a possibility. You never know. Okay, KevDog, what are you changing? What should I be changing, I guess? Highborn Ghoul's not that good against your deck. That's the truth. But I don't know. They're not that bad either, and what would I put in? It's going to be a whole lot better. I don't think I have any cards that fit that description. So we wait. Wait and wait and wait. This is one of the times where I really kind of get annoyed that I have like these personal standards and rules where I try not to get distracted by like watching TV or anything during drafting, because there's a Lakers-Oklahoma City game currently that probably would be more entertaining than playing KevDog 66. Especially more entertaining than waiting for him to submit his deck. Yet we wait and wait. Really hope they don't time out. That seems like a fairly good possibility they'd have some issue like that. Okay. That's a keeper. It's definitely a keeper. Even have all my colors. Have a turn 2. Have enough to get to that guy. Can cast all my spells in hand. Gravecrawler, bumping the knight. It's actually a lot better than him having a first turn Gravecrawler. And here I suppose I probably should have led with the Swamp, as that would leave open the possibility of doing a Victim of the Night if I really wanted to. But at this point, I would have ended up in the exact same place I am right now with 1 and 1, so I could get my priest out. Nice to see the noble. That's always a card that people curse, and as well they should. It's quite the game changer. And no, I do not plan to activate Windows now or ever. So just get over it. Not gonna do it, Microsoft. There it was a really dumb mistake not to play my second swamp, as a victim of night could be spent this turn burning whatever was coming out, unless it was a zombie, which it was. So there we go. Couldn't be spent doing that. Let's see if let's get out the Falkenrath Noble and then think about ways that we want to screw our opponent. So I attacked and he blocked, and a moment of strength I could survive, gain 3 life, he would be dead. It wouldn't have been a bad line of play, except I would have been left up with a victim of night that I didn't really want to use. That seems like a better play. In all honesty, I'm kind of surprised he killed the priest over the noble, but you know, those kids and their removal, they just despise it so much. Okay, double black, no, single black. Traitorous slip, maybe? Maybe he's gonna kill both anyway, so what did he care what order it went in? Can't be a victim of night. Don't know what else he could do for double black removal. And lost that, so can't even cast something after. Well, that's good. Okay. So here. Here I could fake a Ice Flame maybe. But I think I want to put out the ghoul. And then next turn I could potentially cast 2 of the 3 spells I have left over. And lost connection to the game. Great. We'll see if Kev Dog comes back, and if so, I'll start recording again. And he's back, so play a ghoul of our own. Match him ghoul for ghoul, I suppose. And then, with any luck, he has some just awesome creature that doesn't happen to be a vampire, werewolf, or zombie. It's funny. We gain life from that. Get us 3 in. But all the while, it keeps killing everything except that Falconwrath Noble. Seriously, that death becomes her. Or him. He, she, it. When you get down to the end, and you can just block and burn them out for the extra life points anyway. Moment of Heroism would not get the Voiceless Spirit out of the ghoul's range. As is now, ahead on life with no apparent flying threats on his side. Okay. So it would be nice to get one more there. But we get in 3 hits. Victim of Night, can't really answer that. He'll be able to flashback or bump him in Night, not Victim of Night. And any luck? Something different? And now for something completely different. Let me see. Has to wait till the damage is tallied and then cast whatever it is he's casting. Another zombie. That's not so good. So if I attack, he can deal 9, 12. I could get up to 12. I could attack and get up to 12, and then defend. Deal 4 this turn, and then I'd have to get the rest the next turn. Except the Voiceless Spirit would get me 1. I'll try it. So it can just get me out of bumping the Night range. Obviously I have to hope he doesn't have a removal spell. And it's 2 black. And still not doing anything. Don't know. Okay, so if he attacks, potentially Voiceless Spirit gets me there. Although, as is, it doesn't. Puts me 15. So, let's see. That puts him out of reach of bumping the knight. I'd have to have some way of getting in the extra. If I'm him, I'm totally playing one of the unhallowed. Yep. That does not get me there. Just to make sure, nope. So a well-timed victim of knight trumped anything I could do. And we'll go on to game 3. Yes, I want to play first. No, I don't want a mulligan. That's a pretty aggressive start as well. With ghoul, and then maybe another ghoul. He had to mulligan 6 cards. Good. I'm all for his misfortune. And the Undying Evil is also a fun little trick to pick up. I've not seen our captain yet. And that's actually a guy who can't block our ghouls. Just a way to get through for a little bit of damage at least. You'll attack for 1, I'm sure. And then hopefully drawing a card here. Wow, that was a stupid thing to say. Hopefully drawing a land here. Obviously drawing a card here. Patrician, as long as it's not a first strike situation. I could Undying Evil, bring him back, get some life a second time from him. Got some life from him anyway. Still definitely facing a challenge here. Since this guy is going to go up to a 3-1 without anything for me to cast. Let's hope we splash some crazy blue creature. I would have preferred a crazy blue creature to a vampire, which doesn't work with my Victim of Night, but you know, whatever. I'm gonna make the choices. Just play the game. Maybe he's gonna cast 2 things, which will flip his vampire back. There's a Ripper coming back. I'll probably let it go. Take 3 and get my guy rolling. Just down to 1 card, potentially bumping in the night here. Maybe, okay. Showing a little bit more with that. No red, which makes it tough. And yet another creature that the Victim of Night doesn't work on, which just makes me angry. He's at 28 seconds. So potentially doesn't have an answer. This guy might lose to a timeout in a game that he should win. Wow. Poor bastard. Oh well. A win's a win, and I won't complain.